That's right, folks. Cheerios give you nourishment that counts, and it tastes so good.
Mothers have been feeding their families Cheerios for generations. So when General Mills ran this ad last year,
Dad told me that Cheerios is good for your heart. Is that true?
it seemed like a winning formula. A timeless cereal and a universal theme, love.
We saw this as one way to tell the Cheerios story in a very new, fresh, and interesting way.
Fresh and interesting, in part, of course, because the mother is white, the father is African American, and the little girl, well, she's just adorable. Mark Addix is Chief Marketing Officer at General Mills. He says the overwhelming response to the ad was positive. But there was hate-filled backlash on the internet, much of it overtly racist. You got so many negative comments on the website that, as I understand it, you had to actually take down the comment section on the website.
We did. The Cheerios team took down the comments section because we thought there were some hurtful things, some things that weren't positive.
But that didn't stop General Mills from running this follow-up ad.
You know how our family has Daddy and Mommy?
On the biggest advertising day of all, Super Bowl Sunday.
You're gonna have a baby brother.
And a puppy.
Did you ever think of backing down because there was a certain segment of society that was not accepting of this?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
These are scenes from American Family Life that General Mills commissioned Norman Rockwell to paint in 1938. But households today are looking less and less like these images from the last century.
The difference between family lives in 1965, let's say, and in today is enormous.
Johns Hopkins sociology professor Andrew Cherlin has been writing about the American family for over 3 decades.
We've just lived through a huge period of social change, and you know what? There's no reason to think it's at its end. I think it's probably still going on.
In fact, the change is unprecedented. Marriage recently hit an all-time low. But for those still tying the knot, more than 15% of new marriages are interracial or interethnic. As for raising kids, one-parent homes are on the rise, and the number of same-sex couples with children, though small, is the highest ever recorded.
Ah, dinner time.
In the 1950s, the message was there's only one kind of family that's okay, and that's the married family a la Leave It to Beaver.
Girls are kind of lucky, don't they, Mom?
Why do you say that?
Well, they don't have to be smart. They don't have to get jobs or anything. All they gotta do is get married.
More than half a century later, we have Modern Family.
No, come on, we're just a new type of family. You know, they don't have the right vocabulary for us yet. They need one of us to be the mom.
So why does it have to be me? Do I wear a dress?
Well,
that's a nightshirt.
It's kind of satiny.
So we've gone from a situation where there was only one right way to have a family. That is, get married young, stay married, and have lots of kids, to diverse pathways.
We met in 1990, 24 years ago.
As soon as you met, as soon as you first really talked to each other, you felt a spark.
Yeah. As soon as he left.
Monroe Moore and his husband, Lupe Perez, have a long history together, but they're hardly traditional. Their Asheville, North Carolina household is a true modern family. When did you, in your minds, become a couple that wanted to have a family together?
Within the first month, because we both come from 6, so family is inside of us.
Moore and Perez, who were married in Vermont last year, still remember how excited and nervous they were when they adopted their first child in 2001.
And in walks this lady with this little bundle with a shock of black hair sticking out of it. And all of the waiting and all of the jumping melted away, and there was Maria. our oldest.
2 more children, Beatrice and Oliver, have joined the family too. What do you think of these 3 grandchildren that Monroe and Lupe have adopted?
I think they got the cream of the crop.
Even in a home where there's no conventional mother, there is a mom who plays a big role. 92-year-old Eleanor Moore loves to visit her son Monroe's family. There was a time when 2 men might not have been able to adopt children and raise them in a family.
When I was a child, there wasn't even a word for it. But it doesn't alter the fact that when 2 people love each other enough to spend their entire lives together, then I don't see that makes it a great deal of difference.
But much of America still doesn't accept same-sex marriage. It's legal in 17 states and Washington, D.C., and a court ruling this past Friday in Arkansas could clear the way for same-sex marriage there. But recall, even interracial couples on TV can draw a negative response. I guess the question is, are there 2 Americas these days?
There are certainly still 2 camps out there. A group who accept the changes and a group who don't.
Will you help with the Spanish? I cannot expect everybody to just change on a dime. It takes time. It takes people stepping forward and saying, we are no different than anybody else. This is our family. This is what we vision our family to be. And we aren't 2 Americas. We're one America going through a rebirth of who we can be for the future.
But whatever the future holds, certain basics seem here to stay.
What has stayed the same are the traditional values and desires to bring a family together, to nurture kids, to make them develop and be the people, everything they can be. That has not changed.
And on this Mother's Day, moms still play a central role in doing just that.
And for all our many blessings,
We thank thee. What does it mean to be a good mother?
Oh my goodness. I guess just love them,
amen.
no matter what.
That's the gravy. That's the gravy.